Hi, we're the Huge Movie Fanatics here to review Star Trek Insurrection, the 9th original Star Trek movie.
Well, what do you mean original?
Following like the original timeline.
Oh, and the third Next Generation.
Third Next Generation movie. And for my money, every time... Okay, so this one I'm conflicted about. The reason I didn't say First Contact is my favorite Next Gen movie is because this one... Whenever I watch this movie, I sit there and I'm like, this is my favorite Next Gen movie. It's so good.
But when you think about
but then whenever I stop watching it, I can't remember for the life of me what this movie's about. It's so forgettable. But it's really enjoyable in the moment. It's just whenever and I've seen it like 4 times, and I still
don't know
it's sort of about the Fountain of Youth. That's what I've come to remember. But that's all I can remember. So this one, I'm gonna say very reluctantly, is my favorite Next Generation movie. Even though I don't really remember it. I like the opening scene where Data, well, there's an invisible man running around.
That was such a great opening. I was like, after
doing shit, and then pulls off.
Doing shit?
Well, like chaos is going.
Yeah.
And then pulls off, and you just see Data's head, and you're like, whoa, I'm in. And then, yeah.
Who's in?
Like, I'm in for this
Isn't
ride.
that a great opening?
Yeah, and I liked the look of the weird stretch alien face thing.
F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah, he was great. That scene though, where he's getting really mad and he just yells, and then a slit appears on his face, and you just see the blood spilling down. I just can't help but feel really socially awkward in that moment, because you know, like the other people in that room, like, because I view it as this is all real. So I'm like, the other person in the room who just suddenly sees his face split and the blood dripping down, like, what do? Do you acknowledge it, or do you look away, like, pretending it didn't happen? Or, like, how does one react to that moment?
How would you react?
Every time I watch, I feel really awkward about it, like, oh, I probably wasn't supposed to see that.
Like his pants fell off?
Yeah, pretty much like, oh, this is weird.
What do I say to him? Have you ever tried to tell him you got blood on your...
Yeah, exactly. It's just... It makes me laugh.
But he ignores me every time I try to tell him.
Yeah. But I like this movie. They have the weird love story between...
Well, that woman, I don't know
Kirk
how old she was.
Or Picard and that woman.
Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't know how old that woman was, but I mean, she's from Spider-Man 2 also later on, and she's like, wow.
Yeah, she's...
I think she was perfectly cast for that part.
Yeah, she was
like some
great.
like old gorgeous hippie woman, you know.
Yeah, she was great, and I like the rekindled romance between Riker and Troy, Deanna Troy.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Again, this is helmed by Frakes, and I thought that the two Frakes Generations movies were the best for me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, go man. I mean, after First Contact, he keeps going. Like the opening is just like, wow.
My question is, why did they give it up? like he did 2 amazing movies in a row, and then suddenly they're just like, well, we're gonna get some new blood in this. That'll fix things.
I don't know what, because I think they pretty much knew that one when they did it was going to be the last.
Yeah.
So why not go out strong? I mean, he did 2. That's a lot of work. I can imagine him just not wanting to do it.
Yeah, I guess it's the Leonard Nimoy thing too. Like he did 2 movies and then just stopped.
Yeah, well, how come Patrick Stewart didn't do it?
It'd have been weird and Shakespearean.
So anyway, Insurrection.
Insurrection. So yeah, one thing I forgot to mention in my First Contact review was how amazing the visual effects are, because it's like all models and like the hyper big models, and then they used digital effects to enhance the live footage models, and everything just looked great. Not so much in this one. They went the entirely digital route, and there's not a model to be seen, and it very much shows, like when you see the opening, or like somewhere in the first 20 minutes you see those spaceships shooting down at the characters, and
that kind of stuff.
It's just so bad. Like the special effects, it looked like early sci-fi channel visual effects, and it's just like, oh, special effects. Like for everybody says the worst, and they're right. Original series special effects was in Star Trek V. The worst in this is this movie, hands down. It doesn't look like a movie. It looks like the TV show. It looks like Enterprise is what it looked like. Not that Enterprise looked bad. It just looked like a TV show.
It looked like a TV show, which what it was. So that's
Let
me say, is this the movie where Data, they go down that thing? Data's escaped. I think it is, ain't it? And they go after him in the shuttle. He's escaped in the shuttle.
Yeah.
And that scene is so great, and it's using the characters as they are in a great way.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever this fucking song is, you know, I was a gentle lad and a humpity.
Yeah.
You know, and that was just so perfect for Picard, so perfect for whoever plays Picard. What's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. and it was just the humor of that scene was dumb and great at the same time. It was so Next Generation and so great.
Pretty much. So I'm gonna give the movie 3 stars. Even though I don't really remember much about it.
I think it's got some of the most. I think there's a really ridiculously beautiful, great Jerry Goldsmith theme in this for the hippies, you know, for the people on the planet. I think it's like just. I should have. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure there's a gorgeous Jerry Goldsmith theme. One thing I love about the movie, I think it's great in the whole aspect of what you find out. Sometimes movies where you shave a little off and find out more and more and more is just kind of tedious, but this is great because you're like, what's going on? Here, this is that, here's this, and it's like we find out that these people who were from this planet were banished, and that I think that idea of them having a hollow ship, and they were going to put them all on when they were sleeping or something, and put them, that was genius, I thought. Freaking great. And then they never know they were not on the planet until they started getting gray and whatever. You know, wouldn't that be just weird? Thinking you're on this planet with a rejuvenating whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, my breasts are sagging, dear. Yeah, I can't get it up anymore. And it's just like, you finally slowly realize what's going on, you know, but they'd never be able to find out. Yeah. Unless they tried to distance. I guess if they tried to go, like, more than a football field away, they run into the wall. That's the only kind of problem, but whatever, maybe, let's go for a hike. We've never been over there.
Sort of like the Truman Show.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
It's a great movie.
I'd give it 3 stars too. I don't think it's as strong as, First Contact is just like, wow, balls to the wall, but this is great in a different way. Yeah. I don't really like the characters, all the stretch-faced guys. I like F. Murray and Amadeus. F. Murray. Let me try to say this. I like F. Murray. I like F. Murray and Amadeus. I don't know.
I don't like Amadeus.
Wow. Well.
I'm just stating that now. I think that may be the worst movie to win Best Picture at the Academy Award. Just saying. Like even worse than Gladiator. Worse.
Anyway, I will try to pretend I never heard that. Where was I? Oh yeah, I didn't really like the, I can't think now.
I was just like hitting him with a bat.
Yes, speaking of which, give me one. So yeah, I don't really like, the whole, I love how it started because it started with, Jerry Goldsmith writes some really great music for that outdoors naturey stuff, as in, have you seen, I love the River Wild too, he does great score in River Wild. And Jerry Goldsmith and that beautiful outdoor scenery opening was just like perfect, and you see the hippies, I don't know why I keep calling them hippies, because they just, I don't know, whatever.
They were nature lovers.
Nature people, that's good. Yeah. But you see them harvesting and doing all this in hacky sack.
It was a nice little look at sort of peasant life in the future, which is something you don't really see. In the original series, you saw stuff like that. It's just like people living on the edge of the galaxy kind of thing, where they weren't necessarily like all high tech and stuff like that. That was one thing that I sort of liked about the original series, is everybody else sort of seemed primitive even though we were going to them. But they had their own things that made them worthwhile in a weird way. Like I'm thinking the episode with the Planet with the Kids and stuff like that, where everybody was perpetually 12 years old.
That's right. Yeah.
So it was nice seeing that in a next generation kind of movie, where they tend to be a lot more all about like technology and stuff, hence the Borg and stuff like that. This is nice where it wasn't really that.
And it said a lot of great political stuff, and he was having, politics just pissed me off, and when I think about it, but the Admiral or whatever was saying, we're doing this. And he's like, it's just a few hundred people, and this great line, how many people does it take, Admiral, before it becomes wrong?
Yeah.
You know, that's great, and that's just such a valid frickin' argument, and that's exactly what I'd say, minus that accent. I'd use the American accent probably. And that was just great. I love that. And it's just like, and the fact that these people, understandably so, the hippies, are so wary of any outside people, I think. I don't know if I'm interjecting that in myself, but they don't, I guess they're probably used to having it happen where people come by and try to change, you know, and Picard's just, and that's what's great about the character, or, you know, these characters is just like, they just want to absolutely be sure not to, we're not here to change, or to tell, who the hell are we to dictate the right course of action for these people? That's another line, which is great, because that's what government is like, you know, through media and through whatever, they say, this is right, you know, this is what you do at Christmas, this is what you do the day after Thanksgiving, this is what we want you to do. And that's the eternal question, is no one has any right to tell anyone to do anything. And I just love the movie for those aspects, because it sticks up for the small people, and they fight for them, and that's just so cool. 3 stars, Insurrection, like you say, that opening, with you don't know what's going on, invisible people and data taken off. There's a cool ass trailer for it, where it's like they play the trailer where you don't know it's Star Trek at first, and it's like, you know, he's trying to remove the headpiece, and it's like this and that and going on, and then it's like something happens and he shoots the thing and it comes uncloaked.
Was that a theatrical trailer? I think I may have seen that in the theater.
And the coolest thing is, it's like you see Data take off the helmet, and then he shoots the thing and deactivates it, and there's this shot of Data, and he's just like pissed, you know, and it's just like, whoa, and then the Paramount logo comes up, and it's just like, whoa, pissed Data. It was just such a great way to start the trailer, and that was just a cool part of the movie. It's like, I don't know if he has a chip or not, but anyway, he looks pissed either way. A very competent movie. Jerry Goldsmith is just bathes this movie, and one of the reasons I like it, if you've seen my Spit on Your Grave review, is just the beautiful outdoor scenery as well, and the music. I said it again, and I'll say it one more last time. The music that goes along with it. Yeah. God, I miss Jerry Goldsmith. Oh my gosh, I put these in last month or whatever, and I watch them, and I'm like, Jerry, where are you? You know, it's just sad, you know, because the stuff that he did. Oh. I'm going to start crying, so we better end this. You done?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jerry Goldsmith. Thanks for all the tunes, man, except for Logan's Run. Actually, I mean, there's cool things about Logan's Run. The only stuff is just that in there. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.